Hello again, Arcade1up fans. Thanks for watching my video. This next video I'm showing my Intech Nintendo Switch update where I'm adding a 32-inch monitor using the Intech device. If any of you that has that device, you know that the control panel was here, but I changed that up and I put it underneath the cabinet down here. As you can see there, upside down. Still on the left side. There is a reason why I also have this upside down, so I can have the 32-inch playfield and still have access to the buttons, because we really don't use these buttons that much, and it's just an easy reach down, even for the joystick if I want it. But I can also always use the Nintendo Joy-Cons. Got some wires hanging here at the moment. I'm eventually gonna put this up in here so it's hidden. I rewired, well, cleaned up my wires, not rewired. On the outside of my cabinet, it was a big mess. But this video, I just want to talk about the glass playfield. This is tempered glass, 28 3/4 long by 16 1/4 wide. And I was just going to show you how I got this on there. I know there's other videos out there that shown this. I don't believe the way I've done it has been out there, so I want to give any tips for anybody out there that hasn't done this mod yet. I know that Cool Toy did this way back using some of the existing pieces, which I did as well, but I changed one around. But as for the glass, fits really nice. I have it flush perfectly here, going up just a tad bit though below still. I've been playing with it today. I wanted to get this flush with it, just like the Plexi on Arcade1up. This is the closest I've gotten. And the glass right here, you can see is sitting on these foam pads. A little dark right there, one there. So I'm still kind of playing around with this. Very, very close. Just need to raise it just a smidge more. And you'll notice that the monitor is much closer here to the top of the cabinet. And also, a lot of people have been pushing the cabinet all the way down to this board, and then the lock plate would cover up the screen. You can see here when you move the monitor upward, there's the monitor right there. It will not cover the screen up. Plenty of room. And on this monitor, the LG 32-inch, there's a little black border line on the left and right sides and the top. So I measured it just enough so that this would cover that black border right to the screen. So you can have the full lock plate without covering the screen. And you can see where I got the lines marked here using this tape. That tape right there is where the border line is that goes across. And I got this end here. It's almost 2 1/4 inches. It's like just under a 1/4 of an inch of the 2 1/4 inch. So if anybody's gonna play around with this, I got foam tabs right here that's holding the glass in. I can push this glass all the way over, and I do have some extra room in the back, so it works either way. But eventually I get this all set in place, I am gonna slide this back so it sits here. But I'm also going to make like a little string or something to attach to this glass so it's easier to pull the glass out if I need to get underneath. And I'm just going to take the glass off quick and show you what I did, how this glass is sitting at this nice angle. So let me get that glass off for a minute here. Sorry about that. Taking the glass out, and you can see the glass isn't going anywhere. I'm lifting it up because it's still held on in the back. It just slides right out, nice and easy. And now, get a little closer look where that monitor is positioned. The space in between. Little foam pieces that work perfectly. I gotta tape these together. I got double-sided tape. But So what was used for the back here? There's enough light. So I got these 3 foam pieces, and again I think I gotta add just a little more to it because I'm really trying to get that glass flush with this so that the side rails cover it nice. There's now a little gap inside. But the piece that these foam boards are sitting on is the same piece that Cool Toy used in his video for his 32-inch mod. But this piece right here you're seeing was the piece that was in the front here that the monitor sat on. So it's like an L shape. One side's a little longer than the other. And I did the way where I have the longer side coming towards me. So that's where you can see the holes right here where the dowels and the screws go in. The other way people have been doing it, I believe this is actually going up in here. And it's the little ledge here is back further. But this actually gives you just enough that covers the back of the screen, so I'm not really seeing too much in the back there. You can see it's pretty dark in there, so I don't really see much, but I still might maybe make a cover just in case underneath in here. But this leaves this nice gap for the plexiglass. It's over a ½ inch. I didn't measure it exactly, but plenty of room for a piece of for your tempered glass. My tempered glass is a 1/4 inch thick, so it only takes up like half this space, or a little less than half this of all this space in here, and it goes back pretty well. You know, a lot of space in there, so that's where you got that shift of the glass. Has room to. You can slide the glass up if you want, if you don't want to have it fully against this. And all I did was use. See if I can get in there. There is an L bracket right on the side here, and one hiding in the dark. It's over there if you can kind of see it. There it is. 2 L brackets. Single screw L bracket. When I was putting them in, I was worried about this pivoting up and down, and I was correct. Still unsure why it is because I got this flush against the back here, but it's still pivoting. But then I realized it's actually coming in handy because this is at a slope. So it being straight, I was having trouble with the foam board being too thick or too thin, and I couldn't fit the glass in between this space and the foam board I was using, and I had like over a 1/4 inch gap with the glass trying to be flush with this. So the glass was down even lower where the top of my finger is there. It was still staying flush up here in the front. The foam I'm using is honestly all the stuff that I've kept from our Arcade1up boxes. I got bags of this stuff. I like to use it for random things, and it came in handy with this. I've used it for other arcade mods, just very little, but this has been coming in handy. And I'm putting some black masking tape on the top so that the glass slides easy when you put it shoved in the back, leaving the bottom as is so this has a nice grip so it doesn't slide out. And these ones I'm leaving just the foam because we don't want the glass to shift forward or back if I'm moving the table while I'm playing. So this is just enough. I mean, I still might put some double-sided tape on this to keep these in place. But yeah, this masking tape does well to have the glass slide. It's a harder push on the glass if you have the foam part up. But that is how I got this set up. And then that extra, there was a original piece that was in the back here connected to the ramp that raises up. I took that out because I wanted to get another ½ inch of space to put my monitor downward. And you'll notice how I got the monitor going also at a slope downward this way. And honestly, I kind of want to put it down like another inch maybe. Right now it's at 2 inches down at the back here. I wouldn't mind getting that to 3 or maybe 2.5. Makes all the difference. I feel like it gives off a nice 3D effect for your pinball tables with this part being up closer. That's where the pinball cards are closest to the screen like in a real pinball table. And the slope with having this depth on the side of it angling down just gives off a better effect in my opinion. I know a lot of other people have had their monitor all even, going all the way down. So what I did, those original boards that's on the inside below this cabinet are the boards that your ramp that raises up is sitting on. I took the ramp out. Those boards are still there. And I just got a piece of thicker foam board on this side and this side with a piece of wood double-sided tape to the top that keeps this monitor in place at just the right position. So I can fit my glass here. And the glass does not touch the monitor here, it's just above it. Plenty of room. But like I said, I'm just trying to get that last little bit of glass to be flush with here. Very close. I might have to leave it at that, as you saw earlier in the video. It's about as close as I'm gonna get, I believe. But this does pivot down, so I've been pushing this down more, and it keeps moving just enough to get that glass raised up. So I think an angle actually helps, because it is an angle instead of it being straight. I thought maybe it being straight would keep the glass, I think it would keep the glass flush with this. But then the foam pieces I have all been too thick to get it in between here, so it's been a real pain. So needing that bigger gap helps a lot more with the angle. But that's really all I wanted to show in this video, quick one. There's a lot more I'm going to show off later. But I hope this helps out anyone that wants to put a 32-inch monitor in, if they are using the Intake device, or just putting a 32-inch monitor at all. Use your pieces that you got with the table. I'll tell you, this thing was built, someone had something in mind with these mods. Everything just seems to work out so perfect, where everything's laid out. The extra pieces you could take off. I mean, down inside, I'll show you how I moved my solenoids to a different spot. People have been putting them underneath the board up here in the front. I actually I put them here on this board when I had the original PCB, which gave a really nice effect for the flippers. But then I couldn't fit that when I had the Intake control panel in here. So I put them back in the original spot, which is way down here. But for this mod, those two side rail boards that the ramp is sitting on, I moved them onto that side rail board, and you feel it immediately in the button. So that solenoid is like about right here, and you like feel it in your fingertip. It's like the perfect spot. Again, I'm not sure anybody's put them there before. If you remove the ramp, I know the ramp might muffle the sound, so I have it exposed. And I also put some washers under on the screws in between the solenoid to give a little more a gap to have more loudness from them. But yeah, I'll show this off when I get the cabinet opened again. But yeah, it's a great spot for anybody who wants to move them again. I mean, you feel them right in the finger. It's pretty cool. That's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that like button. Greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you again.